we certainly do have a firecracker of an animal. This female black rhino is not entirely certain of our presence, and I guess she's a little bit more nervous than normal because of the strong wind, so it's difficult for her to hear as well as she would like to. And because they don't have good eyesight, and like Taylor says, quite a short temper, she could end up charging us, but they often veer off at the last second, thankfully. I'm told you were also discussing how buffaloes lose their horns. Thankfully for the buffalo, it's in a far more natural way than the way that these poor animals lose their horns. It is usually us humans who kill them and chop their horns off. And it is a major, major problem for rhino across Africa. Oh, time for some nibbles, almost. I'm glad she's relaxed. We've been here for about 5 minutes, and she's been totally focused on us. This was the first she's actually moved, other than a few kind of almost, not mock charges, but she almost jumped on the spot, as if thinking that she needed to start chasing away whatever we are. And we've got some great, great views of her hooked lip, and I hope she continues to have some nibbles of that bush, because we'll get a good idea of how well suited they are to browsing, which their cousins, the white rhino, are not suited for. They are lawnmowers as opposed to leaf choppers, and also quite a lot larger than the black rhino. It's been wonderful being able to show you guys rhino, especially the black rhino, because even in South Africa, where there are good numbers of black rhino, they ordinarily are in areas where it's quite tricky to see them, whereas here in the Mara we've had some wonderful sightings of them. It's amazing how wary such a large animal can be. I mean, it's got very few real issues to worry about out here. There's not many animals that can give them a hard time yet. Ooh, you can see she's possibly thinking about running in and chasing us off. But we'll just sit here patiently and wait and see if she doesn't calm down. It's fascinating. We're not far away. I mean, we're probably about 40 meters away, yet she's still just not certain about what we are. Even though we arrived in a big vehicle, they're just quite cautious. Whereas white rhinos seem to be a lot more placid and relaxed with us, as a general rule. Have you had enough? Oh, you're very easily to distinguish because you've got no tail. Oh, I wonder how he lost that. Were you a little baby when some hyena tried to attack you? Could be one of the ways that she lost her tail. Either that or lion would be my guess. Hi Shelley, you would like to know how much do these rhinos weigh, and the females will weigh about, I think about 1,200 to 1,500 kilograms, and the males a bit upward of that, but usually under 2 tons. Whereas the white rhino will be into the 2,000 kilogram mark. So quite a lot larger. And don't be fooled by their chunky appearance. Excuse me. They can move incredibly fast, especially over short distances. And who knows, she might just display how quickly she can move at any moment. You might faintly be able to hear a hyena calling in the distance, and that's why she's turning her right ear backwards like that. She's listening to the hyena calling. helpful if we could turn our ears around and increase our audio levels from any which direction without having to move our heads or cup our hands behind our ears, which is actually a really good trick. You should try it. If you cup both your hands behind your ears, your hearing increases greatly due to the fact that you've increased the size of your satellite dish. Hello, I didn't do it. You would like to know, what do a rhino's ears feel like? I haven't felt one, but I would guess a cross between a leathery sandpaper, a fine leathery sandpaper, or a fine sandpaper that is leathery. You can see there's a few little tufts of hair right on the edges of them, but I've yet to rodeo a rhino, so I don't know what its ears feel like. You could imagine, though, just by looking at it, that it's quite rough skin, thick skin. I'm hoping we're going to get to see a little baby black rhino soon. They are incredibly cute little creatures, and I'm sure in the coming weeks and months up here in the Mara, somebody is going to get lucky enough to share that with you. Hi Vic, you would like to know what other animals, apart from us humans, could be capable of killing an adult rhino. Elephants would be a main one, and lion every now and then. But it's going to require a big coalition of male lions in quite a desperate scenario to bring down an adult rhino. And even then, I think it would be an adult rhino with some kind of sickness or just very old. To be able to take down a full-grown rhino in good condition would be an incredibly difficult task. So they don't have too many natural threats, other rhino and elephant. So fighting amongst one another, they fairly often do actually kill one another fighting. Males have even been known to kill females, possibly if the females aren't giving in to their seduction. I'm just going to wait where we are here. Well, actually, then we could be waiting for quite a while. I don't want to scare her. Let's just see what happens if we creep forward a little bit. Creep forward is kind of relative because we've got a loud diesel engine that you definitely would have heard start up there. But we'll just drive as slowly as we can. To be honest, sometimes actually having the engine running may help her realize what we are and possibly calm her down. It's when we switch off and then she's like, where'd they go? What's going on? She didn't seem too concerned. Still keeping a beady eye and ear on us. Hi Nancy, you'd like to know if rhinos pretend to feed when they're watching you, just to kind of pretend that they're doing something and that they're not too focused on you. And not that I've noticed, but I haven't spent much time with black rhinos. And in the time that we spent with her this afternoon, she certainly has been not pretending to do anything other than look at us. So I don't think that is the case. You said it's something that elephants do from time to time. And even that, I'm not sure if I've noticed that too much with elephants. I'm not sure who told you about that or how many times you've had an encounter like that, but I don't remember seeing too many elephants pretending to eat whilst watching me. Maybe I just haven't been focusing enough. Okay, well, another vehicle has just joined us in the sighting, so you may have heard a little engine rumbling along past us. Hello, Kat, you would like to know why are they called black and white rhino when they are clearly the same color and far from black and white? And there's a theory that the white rhino was called the Veitmont rhinoster. Veit means wide and mont means mouth in Afrikaans. And then the English folk must have possibly just got confused and heard veit and thought veit meant white, and therefore one can be white and one can be black. It makes absolutely zero sense. It would make a lot more sense had they have named them the square-lipped rhinoceros and the hooked-lipped rhinoceros, or the placid rhinoceros and the cantankerous rhinoceros, this one being the cantankerous version. Wonderful. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. We are going to... I'm not sure what to do because she is a little bit concerned with our presence, so I don't want to hang around with her for too long. And now that there are a few extra vehicles here, I think that's going to further possibly make her a bit nervous. So I think we leave these guys to enjoy themselves and the sighting. And we will continue on to see what we can find. And while we do that, we'll be sending you across to TJ McCurdy for an update on her wanderings.